Greetings, this is Miss Jackson. Here is the last problem on the Module 2 test review. I'm making this its own video because it has a lot of parts to it. Problem 6 says, represent the following number in the forms indicated below. In third grade, we learn 4 different ways to represent numbers: standard form, word form, expanded form, and expanded notation. Here, the number is being represented kind of in places: 4 10,000s, 9,000s, 600s, 9 tens, and 2 ones. The first thing I encourage kids to do is please draw a place value chart. Typically, if they will draw a place value chart, it will stop them from making mistakes that they would not otherwise make. And so we have our ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and then the new places that we have for third grade, the 10,000s place and the 100,000s place. When they have that place value chart drawn on a problem like this, they can go through and just read each section and drop the number in the right place. So the first part says 4 10,000s. I'm going to find the 10,000s place and put a 4. The second part says 9,000s, then 600s, 9 tens, and 2 ones. This is a pretty simple problem, honestly, because it's very straightforward. It is not unusual to see problems where the makers of the assignment or the test will purposefully put parts out of order. So over here at the front, they may put 6 ones to start. Oops, let me get the right marker. And then they'll go into everything else. And they do that to try to trick the kids. That's why I like them to draw the place value chart, and then they just read it and drop it where it goes. Now, I made that part up. We're not adding that anywhere right now. I just wanted to show you some things that happen. Another thing that will happen often on assignments is they will put something like 14 10,000s. Well, you can't have 14 anythings in a single place. So you would put the 4 in the 10,000s, the 1 in the 100,000s beside it. But we didn't do that here. We kept it kind of simple since this is still new to us. So let's look. Now that we've already filled this out on the place value chart, that gives us the standard form already laid out for us. Standard form is just a number written with numbers, the normal way we see something. To write this in word form, you are going to write down exactly what you say when you read this number out loud. So when I read this, I read 49,692, and that is what I'm writing down. Okay, I encourage the kids to read back what you wrote down and make sure it's only what you say when you read this number out loud. 49,692. When you read numbers in standard form, the easiest way to do it is read everything before the comma, name the comma, read everything after the comma. Okay, expanded form. Expanded form is not new to students this year. They started doing that last year. They may even, they do it a little bit in first grade too. Expanded form is where we break the number down and expand it. We make it bigger by showing the value of each digit. So we'll start with the 4 first. The value of this 4 is 40,000 plus, we're going to go to the 9 next. The 9 has a value of 9,000. The 6 has a value of 600. The next 9 has a value of 90, and that 2 has a value of 2. Expanded form is showing the number as a sum of the value of each digit. And that is what the addition marks mean in here. It means if we added up all of these little parts, it would come together to give us 49,692. What is to us this year is expanded notation. It's very similar to expanded form. We're still showing the value of each digit. We're just doing it with multiplication. And so to start, we're going to start by opening a parentheses. Everything is kept in parentheses to keep it organized and neat. The first digit we're going to work on is that 4. All we have to do is write the 4 and multiply it by the place that it's in. It's in the 10,000s place. Again, add that addition mark, open parentheses, work on the 9. Digit 9 is in the thousands place, so we're going to multiply by 1,000. Open parentheses, we're going to work on the digit 6. It is in the hundreds place. Open parentheses, digit 9 is in the tens place. And unfortunately, I ran out of room, so I'm going to go below this. Open parentheses, the digit 2, we're going to multiply by 1 because it's in the ones place. If we were to work out each little section of parentheses, which is a skill that kids have to be able to do when they get into higher grades, we would have 40,000 plus 9,000 plus 600 plus 90 plus 2. And really, those green parts that we just did is expanded form. That's what expanded notation is. It's taking that expanded form and it stretches it out even a little bit more to take each digit and multiply it by the value of the place that it's in. These are the 4 forms, number forms that we work with in 3rd grade. We go all the way to the 100,000s place. This number just didn't happen to have any 100,000s in it. If you want to give your child more problems to work with, you can give them problems that go to the 100,000s place. You can give them problems where, for example, maybe there are no tens, so that they have to remember to put a 0 in that spot. Instead of showing the number this way where it's described to them, you could show them a number written in word form and ask them to come up with the other 3 forms. Or you could show it in any form and ask them to show the other forms, because in the end, we never know exactly what's going to show up on the tests or the assignments. Any number can be represented in any way, and the kids could be asked to then represent that in the 3 other ways or forms. It for this video, and that is it for the test review. It's not a particularly long one. It says 6 on here, but I misnumbered. It's technically 7 questions on the test review. The actual test itself is right around 20 questions, so we've made it a little bit longer. Each test we try to make a little longer to build up their endurance on testing. So this one's 20 questions, but this review really will cover pretty much everything that's going to show up on that test. So there's nothing that's missing from the review that will be on the test. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'll be happy to help however I can. Thank you.